Look at that, Griff. Thanks. Unvaccinated Border Patrol agents now threatened with losing their jobs if they don't get the shot. We spoke to Congressman Michael Waltz about this yesterday. He says the White House should close the border and stop targeting the people, the only ones who are actually securing that border. Listen.
This administration is not supporting those brave men and women who are waking up every day to keep our communities and keep our borders safe. They're putting the burden on them rather than on their policies to disincentivize these thousands of migrants, many of which have COVID.
Our next guest, Kelsey French, is the wife of a Del Rio Border Patrol agent who could lose his job. She joins us now. Kelsey, how insane is it that your husband could lose his job protecting all of us because he doesn't have a shot, but the illegal migrants crossing the border, potentially with COVID, with no vaccination, face no consequences whatsoever?
Ever since the mandate was starting to get talked about, I was just furious because I felt the same way. I was like, how can they allow all these people to come in testing positive and nobody even thinks twice about it? But our husbands and our wives and, these people that are putting their lives on the line every day to protect us, they're the ones that are getting punished, and the Border Patrol is already undermanned. They're overwhelmed, as we could see, the last week here in Del Rio. We don't have the resources already, and in a couple months there's going to be a lot of men and women that they're not going to stay. I mean, they're already deciding that they're not going to stay. So
as you try and come to terms with all this, can you figure out why the Biden White House would do this to you and your family?
I think it's apparent to anybody that's paying attention that he doesn't really put the American citizens first. I don't think that we're his priority. I don't think he thinks he works for us. I think he has a bigger agenda, and I don't think he really cares, honestly.
What will you do if this Biden White House fires your husband for not getting the vaccine? What are you going to do for money?
I don't know, because we have small kids at home. We have 4 small children, and that's our sole income. And my husband takes his role as a father and a husband very serious. So he doesn't feel like he's in that position to really lose his job over something like that. And so we're just praying for a miracle at this point that, something changes and he doesn't lose his job.
Why does your husband do this work? Why does he leave his wife and kids in the middle of the night, go out to face significant danger every single day? Why does he do it?
Well, he initially took the job because he told me he wanted to make a difference. He wanted to do something that had some meaning behind it and to do something bigger than himself. And I think that's true for a lot of the agents here. A lot of them have dedicated years of their lives and they're all very well trained. It's not an easy job to get into. So there's a lot of sacrifices made by not just the agents, but the families at home that they leave behind. And we know that that's the sacrifice that they make, and that there may be a day that they don't come home, and it's sad that the mandate is I don't know. It's just frustrating. I don't know.
Let's broaden it out for a second here. What does it mean for our country's future? Literally the American future, that a brave individual like your husband, like so many others like him, could be fired from a job protecting us simply for exercising his basic freedoms. Kelsey, 30 seconds to you.
It's very scary. The things that are coming across our border, like, people don't realize unless you're here around here. It's going to be a wide open border, worse than it already has been, and they're the only things that are keeping us safe at night. These men and women that are there with their, their training, and they're there keeping us protected so that we can sleep at night. And it's going to be very scary in a couple months.
Kelsey, there's no way we can replace the paycheck, but we can give you our thanks. I know that's not enough, but we thank you for what you go through trying to support your husband and for what your husband does trying to support us. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.